How's it going, Bruins fans? Welcome into another episode of the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast from Sports Illustrated on the Fans First Sports Network. My name is Tom Cavanaugh. You can follow me at TCAF30 on Twitter/X and also follow our insider pages at UCLA Insider on SI, both on Twitter/X and over on Facebook. Today, we are projecting the starting five for the UCLA Bruins men's basketball team for the upcoming season. A couple returners that we're going to talk about briefly, and then there's a couple of stars that I can see being transfer additions. Well, they are transfer additions, and I think they could be and probably will be in the starting lineup this coming wintertime, this fall. For head coach Mick Cronin, after a really good year, the Bruins competed. They finished top fourth in the Big Ten in their first season in the conference, made it to the Big Ten tournament, second round exit in the NCAA tournament. So not the worst year, but I think this team's got a little more in the tank for the 25-26 season. So we'll talk about it, starting with the point guard, Donovan Dent, the transfer from New Mexico, the only guy in Division I last year that averaged 20 points and 5 assists. Very impressive from Donovan this past year. And as soon as he committed to UCLA, he's a Riverside, California native, so right in his backyard to play his senior year of college ball. But John Rothstein, CBS analyst, he said that with the addition of Dent, UCLA could be a top 5 team in the country, and that's starting to be what they're looking like now when it comes to expectations. You know, preseason rankings has them anywhere from 10 to 15, and I'm really excited to see what Dent is going to bring to this team because he was awesome for the Lobos and head coach Richard Pitino last year. Dent, he's the shoe-in starter at the point guard position. Moving on to shooting guard, it's Sky Clark. He's heading into his senior year. Sky bounced around between 3 different programs in his first 3 seasons, going from Illinois to Louisville, over to UCLA, and then he finally found a home. He is a Los Angeles native. Sky was really great from the field shooting the ball last year at 45%. Also shot just under 40 from three-point range. He caught fire towards the end of the year, had some big games from 3, and he finished averaging 8.5 points. So Sky, I expect him. He started a good majority of the games last year. I see him really stepping up in his senior season and having a blow-up year, and him and Dent really working that point guard and that shooting guard wing position extremely well. Moving on to the small forward, also another guard position, is Eric Daly Jr. He is going to be a junior. After one season in Oklahoma State, Daly was a sophomore last year for the Bruins and was a pretty solid X factor. Had that game-winning shot against Michigan State, started all 33 games that he played in, averaged 11.5 points on 50% shooting with 4 rebounds. Great season from Eric, and I think he can step it up a notch just like Sky can. And Daly, he kind of spoke on it. He assumed more of a forward big man role last year due to the lack of size that the Bruins had. This year, they've kind of reloaded with a little extra size, so he's going to move into more of a guard position, which I think is really key for him because he can shoot the 3 ball, but he can also take it inside on you and finish at the cup. Power forward. This is a guy that started every game last year. Tyler Bilodeau. He was the number 1 player on this Bruin team last season, coming over from Oregon State where he spent 2 years. He's finishing his final 2 years of eligibility in Westwood. Finished last season averaging 13.5 points with 4.6 rebounds. And he had numerous 20-point games. He was really, relied on heavily for a lot of those, big top 25 games for him to put up 20-25 points to be able to overcome a top team and get a win. I don't think he's going to have to fill that same role this year by having, Clark in his senior season, Daly's a veteran now as a junior, and then Donovan Dent, who's going to be handling the ball a ton. It was Bilodeau with the ball in his hand a lot last year, and I think Tyler's going to be able to step back a little bit, but also, I think that also opens up his game a little bit more. He's going to be getting the ball dished off from a drive. Maybe he's on that short corner for a little mid-range, which he's awesome at, or they can post him up inside. Tyler was really good in the paint last year. And here's one kind of contentious here for the center position. 5th and final starter for this team in my book is Steven Jamerson II, the former San Diego Torero, entering his senior season, averaged 10-7 last year, nearly 10-8. It was 10 points and 7.8 rebounds. He was awesome, had no problem playing 25 minutes per game on average last year. And Jamerson, he is a huge transfer piece at 6'10", 210 pounds, going to be that center filling in for sophomore Adai Mara, who ended up transferring away, joining the Michigan Wolverines. I think Jamerson steps in beautifully in that role and flourishes. Now, the only debate is Jamerson going to start there, or will it be the 7-foot Xavier Booker transferring from Michigan State? Jamerson had a much better junior season rather than Booker's sophomore season with the Spartans. So I like Steven Jamerson II to start to begin the year, but obviously things can change. And, Mick Cronin is not afraid to swap up that lineup and change things to see what the different looks give him. But I'd say it's probably going to be Dent. You also got Sky Clark, Eric Daly Jr., Tyler Bilodeau, and Steven Jamerson II, your starting 5 to begin next season. And then coming off the bench, you got Trent Perry. You got Kansas City's Jamar Brown, another big transfer. We mentioned Booker, and then Brandon Williams, along with Christian Horry and Jack Seidler. Going to be a great season for the Bruins. Cannot wait for them to get started in early November. That's going to do it for us here on the UCLA Bruins Insider Podcast from the Fans First Sports Network on Sports Illustrated. My name is Tom Cavanaugh. You can follow me at TCAP30 on Twitter/X, and also follow our insider pages at UCLA Insider on SI, both on Twitter/X and over on Facebook. Thanks so much, everybody. We will see you again tomorrow.